How does Donald Trump spend his billions? Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to our channel. Before we proceed to this topic, please subscribe to our channel for the most mind-blowing content in the world, and don't forget to click the bell button. So for today's topic, we're going to be talking about how Donald Trump spends his billions. Donald Trump is the first billionaire president in U.S. history. Per Forbes, he's worth an estimated $2.1 billion. That's a $1 billion drop since before the coronavirus pandemic, which has devastated industries Trump does business in, such as hospitality and commercial real estate. He donates his $400,000 presidential salary to various governmental entities. But Trump still rakes in millions of dollars annually from his businesses, from emblazoning a private helicopter in 24-karat gold to a 100-cabin yacht dubbed Trump Princess. We'll see how the real estate titan spent his fortune. While the bulk of Trump's assets lie in commercial real estate holdings, he has interests in a number of different industries. Here's a breakdown of Forbes' most recent estimate. Commercial real estate, $1.2 billion. Much of Trump's wealth is tied to a handful of multi-use buildings in Manhattan, including 125,000 square feet of retail real estate in the usually busy Midtown district. With the coronavirus keeping would-be shoppers at home, the value of those properties has taken a big hit. Commercial properties that were worth roughly $1.9 billion before the pandemic are now valued at $1.2 billion. Residential real estate, $148 million. Trump's vast real estate empire includes approximately 500 residential units throughout the United States. While it's difficult to appraise those with precision, Forbes lowered its valuation of those units from $235 million to $148 million this spring. Hospitality, $38 million. Times have been tough for hoteliers around the country, and the Trump Organization is no exception. The company's hospitality holdings, including Trump International Hotel down the street from the White House, are now valued at $38 million. Before COVID-19 took hold, the projected value was $107 million. Hotel licensing and management, $42 million. When you're as famous as Donald Trump, you don't need to put money on the line in order to make money on real estate. You can also license your last name to other developers who want to plaster it on their own buildings. As of 2017, the Trump Organization had no fewer than 50 licensing or management agreements throughout the world, according to the Washington Post. Golf courses, $217 million. The Trump Organization owns a number of exclusive golf properties from the Colts Head, New Jersey, to Dubai. While players are still able to hit the links at most of those courses, the steep price of membership doesn't make them recession-proof. Forbes put their combined value at $217 million, down from $271 million prior to the coronavirus. Other properties, $295 million. Some of the president's exclusive clubs are holding up fairly well, despite an economy that's hobbling along. Mar-a-Lago is valued more like a billionaire's trophy than an operating business, which seems to shield the impact of the current downturn, writes Dan Alexander of Forbes. Cash, $160 million. Among rainy day funds, the president's isn't too shabby. Forbes approximates that Trump held $160 million in cash even before the health crisis. In a year where property values and stocks have been beaten up, it's one asset class that hasn't lost value. Let's talk about his personal expenses, shall we? Private jets. Before he was elected, Trump spent $66 million of his own money on his presidential campaign. Trump often traveled during his campaign using his fleet of aircraft. In the past, he reportedly bought a Boeing 727 for $8 million, which he then replaced in 2010 with a Boeing 757 that he reportedly bought from Microsoft's co-founder Paul Allen for $100 million. According to the New York Times, his 757 aircraft burns fuel at a rate of thousands of dollars an hour. Trump also owns a Cessna jet, which reportedly cost $15.3 million when new and had a resale value of $3.2 million in 2016. He also owns 3 Sikorsky helicopters. Pre-owned Sikorsky S-76s typically sell for $5 million to $7 million, not counting the estimated $750,000 Trump spent revamping the interior of his most recent purchase, which involved 24-karat gold-plated hardware. Collectively, Trump's 2 aircraft and 3 helicopter fleet is currently valued at $32 million. Luxury cars. Trump also has an impressive collection of cars. He reportedly owns a vintage Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, Rolls-Royce Phantom, which costs $500,000 when new, a Maybach, a Ferrari. He also reportedly bought Melania, a $455,000 SLR McLaren. Expensive suits. Trump has an affinity for suits made by Brioni, the luxury Italian made-to-measure menswear brand, which range in price from $5,250 to $6,900. When the couture house supplied him with suits during his time hosting the U.S. reality TV show, The Apprentice, he started paying for them during his presidential campaign. Melania also has a taste for pricey clothes. She has been spotted wearing everything from a $2,095 Givenchy cake dress to a $7,995 Monique Luier sequin gown at the White House Historical Association dinner. Yet that is nothing compared with the time she stepped out in a $52,000 Dolce & Gabbana jacket. Melania Trump has her own makeup artist, Nicole Brill, who has told Us Weekly about Melania's plans for a glam room in the White House. Like her stepmother, Ivanka also steps out in a mix of high-end and fast fashion. Tiffany Trump's schooling was always paid for by Donald Trump. She attended the University of Pennsylvania for her undergraduate studies and currently attends Georgetown Law School, which costs more than $58,000 to attend. Tiffany spends money on holidays, including an Italian yacht trip, excursions to the Hungarian capital, Budapest, to summers in Southampton, on Long Island, New York, and visits to the Bahamas. She has been spotted wearing $725 Aquazzara shoes and has worn creations by couture designer Daniel Basso, whose dresses can cost thousands of dollars, to formal events several times. There is a debate about the extent of Trump's philanthropic efforts, but in 2009, he and Melania donated $5,000 to $9,999 to the Police Athletic League of New York. He also donated $1 million of his own money to Hurricane Harvey relief in 2017. If you had as much money as the president has, how would you spend it? Do leave us your response on the comment section below.